Hello everyone, this is Jansen43 and we are back with another video on League of Legends. I've been playing, I've been vibing, and I've been learning. So let's get right into this video, the 3 things I've learned in my first 3 months of playing League of Legends. The first one came from all of you. I'd say other than the suggestions to, quote, delete the game because it's going to ruin my life, this was absolutely the #1 thing everyone told me to do, and that is do not pay attention to the chat. In fact, most of you said to mute it altogether, delete it, get it off the screen. Now don't get me wrong, I'm here for that advice, and I've already seen some, let's say, colorful chat remarks posted in a couple games I've played, and of course, as a newbie who has no idea what he's doing, some of those have been pointed at me, but I've got thick skin and I can handle it. There's no need to get angry at a game, so while I continue to keep the chat up, because every now and then I do think someone does have something helpful to say, I'm not taking anything these folks say to heart because come on, it's a game, and yes, I want to win just as bad as you, but we can't help the fact that our top lane is 0-7 with no signs of turning it around. It just is what it is, and we will try again next game. Before we get to number 2, if you're enjoying this video, I'd love it if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, share it with someone else who also loves League of Legends. Maybe they'll enjoy it as well. So on to my number 2 thing I've learned about League of Legends, and that's the fact that, buddy, this game is a marathon, not a sprint. And that actually goes 2 ways. Individual games and the progress of the game overall, both are marathons, not sprints. Let's start with the individual game. You've got to set aside some real time to play this game. I mean, even in a blowout, you're getting slaughtered and your team surrenders. That still usually takes, what, 20 minutes at least? Now, if you have an actual good game going, we're talking 25, 30, maybe 40 minutes. I mean, I think the other day I was in a game that took like 38, 39 minutes, and it was a terrific game. But still, that kind of game is absolutely something I would consider a marathon and not a sprint. This isn't a game you can go play for 5 minutes. You need 2-3 hours to make any kind of dent in the actual progression of your account, which is my next point and why I really brought up the marathon aspect in the first place. With every game taking, let's say an average of 30 minutes, it takes a long time to play, win/lose, and then progress your level. Now I've told y'all before, and I'll be the first to admit, I don't play this game nearly enough to progress as quickly as I want to. With a family, a job, and other great games out there, it's just a fact. But still, it's slow going for a man who can only play a few times on the weekend, and that's fine. This is not a complaint. It's just an observation. But this isn't a game like, say, Call of Duty, where you can play for a few hours, gain 5, 6, maybe 10 levels in the overall progression, and unlock a ton of rewards. I've found if you play a couple hours, you might gain a level, and you better be happy with that. Plus, that's coming from someone who is still really low level. I'm sure as you get higher, it takes even longer. Again, not a complaint, an observation, and I agree, it makes the payoff that much more satisfying. And that brings me to my question for you all. In the comments, let me know, what's the longest game you've ever had in League of Legends? I'm very curious, and I'll pin the question in the comments too. Last but certainly not least, the third thing I learned in my first 3 months of playing League of Legends was I learned about all of you. This entire League of Legends community, and honestly, how incredible you have been. Now, before you say how toxic the community is, I get it. You all have played a lot longer than me, so I can't really argue that, and you probably know better. But my experience so far has been nothing but tremendous. I have hundreds of comments on various videos and posts offering real helpful advice. And these comments, I'm telling you, some of these are paragraphs long. So real people are taking real time out of their day to offer advice to a guy they don't know across the country, maybe across the world. To me, that's a special community. Of course, there are always going to be bad apples, and again, that's why we don't pay attention to the chat. Remember, #1? But overall, there hasn't been a warmer welcome for a player a decade late to a game, and so far, for that, I thank you. Thanks for teaching me, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and you won't want to miss my upcoming League videos because this one talked about what I learned, but believe me, I still have some questions. Thanks again, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.